Barakathan Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem, Rakakadash Ba'ashem. All praise and glory goes to the Heavenly Father. This is Servant Amar here with another video, man. We just coming with a quick video today, touching on the 2/3 pusher, man, Young Thug and Gay Thug, I should say, man, and Gunna, you know. And this can either be two things, man. This can, again, you know, we know that these are so-called Hebrew Israelites, you know, who's Hellenized, who don't know. Now, I'm not gonna say that don't know, but they push, you know, Esau's agenda, you know, and this could be two things, you know. Either this can be, you know, the Most High warning, man, you know, that selling out, you still gonna get hit at the end, man. Esau don't play fair, you know. So you know, just doing a little digging in, you know, they knew that they was doing, you know, criminal activities since 2013. They had you know, indictment since 2013. So they've been knowing what these rappers and so-called musicians was out here doing in Atlanta. You know, they out there running it like the mob. But we're gonna watch this video, and then gonna touch on a couple of precepts. So let's get into it.
Villalona, thank you both for being here. AR, both of these rappers have reach that goes way beyond Atlanta. We just saw Gunna at the Met Gala last week. So what's the impact right now to rap culture?
Definitely. You talk about Young Thug and Gunna. They're not just local stars. They're international stars. Gunna, a few weeks ago, was on Saturday Night Live, and as you mentioned, he was at the Met Gala just a week ago. Young Thug has had multiple #1 Billboard albums. So the impact on not just the city of Atlanta, but the entire hip-hop culture is actually looking at this incident, and we're all shocked at this moment.
You know, such as
now, Bernarda, both of these rappers are being charged with conspiring to violate the state's RICO Act. That's a big charge within itself. Can you explain what that charge means?
So, I mean,
exactly. So usually when you see RICO charges, you see that being charged by the federal government. But in this instance, it's being charged by Georgia, by the Fulton County District Attorney. And pretty much what she's trying to say is that these group of people formed a criminal enterprise for the purpose of engaging in certain illegal activity and to perform the ends of that organization. What I see here is something that is very, very destroying in terms of that is going to destroy the hip-hop industry, especially when you're talking about one of the top rappers who just got a Grammy Award in 2019, I believe, for Childish Gambino's This Is America song.
Now, AR, can you talk about the footprint both of these rappers have in their communities? Because they're both still really connected to the neighborhoods that they were raised in.
Definitely. I mean, we're talking about beyond music. Young Thug and Gunna have given back to their communities tremendously. Just last September, Gunna, he opened a grocery store in his middle school, his former middle school, which is McNair Middle School. And in the grocery store, students can get free food, snacks, clothes, and they just have a healthier options when it comes to food. And so we've seen both of these artists not just have an impact musically, but definitely in the community. They also teamed up last year to they paid bonds for multiple inmates, non-violent inmates in the Fulton County Jail who didn't have enough money to pay their bonds. So we've seen Young Thug and Gunna both give back to the Atlanta community tremendously. And so just to have this indictment is definitely something where the community is shocked. And also, it'll have an impact of having these two guys not being able to give back the way that they have.
Now, Bernarda, do you think the philanthropic work...
So we're not going to just tarry no more, but you heard what Mr. Shaw basically said, you know, that these people was given to their community in certain ways, more musically. But we got to remember what the book is telling us and what the Most High says. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Rakakadash. But we got to know, you know, what the Father in the book tells us regarding these words. But because these people are giving back, but that don't mean that they're, you know, they's giving back to the community. He said he set up a store in his school, his old middle school. But these people are still pushing death among our people, man, with this rap and this culture, you know. And in throughout these 3 days that this time and these incidents been going on, nobody has shone light on those certain situations, but they've shown light on, you know, their street culture, their music, and they're going to use that against them, you know, because that's how Esau works. Esau don't care about the goodness that you put in, man. They play Esau game, and Esau is going to ultimately win because he controls, the media controls the narrative. So even if they was doing good behind the scenes, you know, what they did ultimately, you know, they was pushing evil amongst the youth, man, the music, you know. So we got to look at that first, and we're going to get to a couple of scriptures that tells us clearly. So we're going to go to the KJV, and we're going to start off in Joshua 1:8. And it says in the book of Joshua 1:8, excuse me. The book of Joshua 1:8, this book of law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayst observe it to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So again, even trying to do good in Esau's world, man, if you're not pushing the Most High the whole way, you're not going to be prosperous in your ways. So I mean, they thought that they can get the bag and get the world and then do this little good, and then that's all that it was going to be required. But that's not, you know, because again, Esau controls the narrative. Just with Will Smith, man. Will Smith was on top in the 90s, and just to veer off a little bit, but not too much. But Will Smith was on top in the 90s and the 2000s, man. Every project that he touched was golden. He was Hollywood golden boy, you know, and now they're knocking him down a notch, you know, through his kids and his wife, you know. So Will Smith is seen as weak, man. They can build you up and they'll shit you down, man. You know, so we're gonna go to Isaiah 59:13. So again, that's why we gotta give all to the Most High, man. Because at the end of the day, even though you sell it not, man, you think you're gonna get these riches of this world, man, you still gonna be a nigga. You're still gonna be Acts 13. You never gonna have respect in this world, man. But this is Isaiah 59:13. And transgressing and lying against Yahweh and departing away from our God, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the hearts of falsehood. So that's what these rappers push, man. That's what Young Thug and Gunna push, man. It's falsehood, man. You know, being comfortable in Esau's kingdom. You know, the music might be wavy, doing these drugs, man. Having our people again revolting against the Most High, still pushing that 2/3 agenda, man. You know, repping Esau hard. That's what they was pushing. You know, and they're gonna have to pay for that. So we're gonna go to Jeremiah 6:19. And this is Jeremiah 16:19. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected. So again, man, the ones that are atop of our people, man, right now, you know, is the ones that's pushing the most rebellion. You know, that's why we have these wicked people on top, you know, of our people right now, because we didn't accept the law. So we was giving these rappers and these 2/3 pushers, man, that we look up to. And it's not the way. So we're going to go to Jeremiah 7:8. It says, this is Jeremiah 7:8. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. So again, you know, our people trust in these lying words that cannot profit. And it says in 9, under stealing, murder, committing adultery, swearing false, you know, walking with other gods, burning incense unto Baal, you know, Baal worship, man, idolatry. And that's what these rappers push, man. It's all in the music, you know, taking another man's woman, having the most money, you know, who's dressed up the most, man, who's wearing the best clothes, man, you know. So we back in it. This is gonna be a Jeremiah 11:3. Just gonna get the rest of these out of the way because the video keep ending. And it says in Jeremiah 11:3, and says thou unto them, thus says Yahweh God of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. So these rappers not obeying the words of the covenant. You know, that's why they going through these turmoils. They thought that they can win in Esau's kingdom, and Esau got another game for them, man, because again, Esau controls the narrative. And we're gonna go down in 8 in that Jeremiah in 11, and it says, yet they obey not, nor incline their ear, but walk every one in the imagination of their evil hearts. Therefore I will bring upon all the words of this covenant which I command them to do, but they did not them. So he brought, you know, the words of the covenant to us, but we did not do them. We rebelled as a people. And again, those rebellion spirits are still here today, man, these rappers, man. And this is the Most High showing, man. It's time to get ourselves in order, man, because being the 2/3 sellout is not going to get you anything in the end, man. It's not going to get you anything in the end. So we're in Jeremiah 13:10. And it says in Jeremiah 13:10, this evil people which refuse to hear my words, which walk in the imagination of their hearts and walk after other gods to serve them and worship them, shall even be as the girdle, which is good for nothing. So it's good for nothing, man. All that money, all them cars, all them women that they had was good for nothing. Because they're looking at 20 years. They're looking at, it wasn't prosperous towards them, man. They tried to go back and build into the schools, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't prosperous towards them, man. You got to add here. Close that out. We're in Jeremiah 22:5. And it says, but if ye will not hear these words, I swear by myself, says Yahweh, that this house shall become a desolation. So these 2/3 jakes are finna become a desolation. You know, not listening unto the Most High. You know, trying to follow in your own imagination, following your own evil ways that's going to get you destroyed. You know, so we're going to continue on to 26. This is Jeremiah 26:5. To hearken to the words of my servants, the prophets, whom I sent unto you, both rising up early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened. So we're supposed to be listening on to these prophets, man, these sincere brothers who's out here pushing this truth in these four corners. I mean, fervently, man. We're supposed to be on these prophets, man. But our people don't want to listen, man. They want to listen to these rap stars, man. They want to be entertained. Our people just want to be entertained for the time. So we're going to continue to Psalms 119. 119 and 123. This is Psalms 19 and 123. My eyes fell for thy salvation and for the words of thy righteousness. So we're supposed to be failing for salvation, man. We're supposed to be looking for salvation from the Most High, man. These words of the righteousness, man. Not putting this garbage in our ear, you know. Again, things that are not profitable unto us, man. So we're going to go to Psalms 119 and 160. And it says, thy word is true from the beginning, and from every one of thy righteous judgments endure forever. So again, these judgments are righteous, that endures forever, man. You want to be on the right side of prophecies, man. You don't want to be caught up listening to these dudes, man, who's giving Baal worship that's not going to receive anything in the kingdom. If anything, they're going to be slaves in the kingdom under Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Rakakadash. You know, because they sold the heritage out, man, to get where they are. And it says in Psalms 119 and 172, my tongue shall speak of thy words, for all thy commandments are righteousness. So we're supposed to be speaking these words, man, these words of the Most High. That's what leads to righteousness, you know. So we shouldn't be mumbling with these mumble rappers, man, or trying to be looking cool with these mumble rappers or have this music playing to impress people, man, because it's all fraudly, man. That's Esau music, you know. Esau loves that crowd, man, and he want our people to endure that so we don't receive this inheritance from the Father. And we're going to go to Proverbs 8 and 8, and that's going to be our last one. And it says in Proverbs 8 and 8, all the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. So it should be nothing forward or perverse in our words, man. Again, you can look at the lyrics of these rappers, man, and everything is forward and perverse in them. You know, they have no love of the Father. They have no knowledge of the Father, man. So let's not be caught up in their world, man. Because again, we know that nukes is coming to this place, man. And we're at the end of this thing, man. And the Most High is waking people up. This can either be, again, that place for repentance, or it's going to be your place of your destructions, man. You know, and the Most High is clearly showing it. Them boys had everything out there, and they're gonna end up with nothing. Signing out to Esau, man. So that was the video. I hope everybody was edified by this. You know, it was just a quick hit. Until the next one. Shalom, shalom, shalom.